Welcome back. Well, President Joe Biden and financial regulators are reassuring Americans that the U.S. banking system is strong despite consecutive collapses of 2 regional banks recently. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
A mixed report on inflation revealed in the latest Consumer Price Index numbers. The index measuring how much Americans pay for goods and services, finding inflation dropping from 6.4% in January to 6% last month. That number, though still high, is in line with expectations as the Federal Reserve aims for 2% inflation with its aggressive interest rate hikes. Though some leading economists say the Fed could pause those hikes following the failure of 2 regional banks.
This is, I think, about as good of an outcome as we could have hoped for.
Long lines again outside of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank branches Monday. Account holders finally able to access their money. The U.S. Treasury, Federal Reserve, and FDIC acting quickly to guarantee that deposits in those failed banks will be paid back in full, even those over the federally insured $250,000. The president saying banks will cover the costs.
No losses will be borne by the taxpayers.
The fallout jarring Wall Street, regional bank stocks diving on fears SVB's problems could spread.
It's going to take at least a week for us to disseminate through all of the other regional banks and try to ascertain or figure out, are there other banks that have similar issues?
Even some of the nation's biggest banks, which are held to a higher standard, traded lower.
The too big to fail banks got the heaviest hand of regulation, so they had to have more capital on hand. They had to take a stress test every year.
And all eyes on Wall Street will be on banks again today, with analysts watching to see if regional banks see a bounce after that big sell-off on Monday. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
So in the wake of the bank collapse, economists are now looking to the Federal Reserve and what it might do to raise interest rates next. Now, some are suggesting this may push the Fed to rethink its plan of interest rate hikes to fight inflation. The next meeting on this will be next week.